And it is time for the hot topic of the hour. Former President Trump's trial heating up in a New York City courtroom yesterday. Trump demanding a jury, calling the case brought forward by New York Attorney General Letitia James, quote, a scam. Watch.
The documentary evidence demonstrated that, in fact, he falsely inflated his assets.
It's a scam, and this is a case that should have never been brought, and it's a case that now should be dismissed.
He rambled. He hurled insults. I will not be bullied. I will not be harassed. This case will go on. Justice will prevail.
Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, slamming the judge for his behavior, claiming that he already made up his mind about the case. Watch this.
I was told to sit down today. I was yelled at, and I've had a judge who is unhinged slamming a table. But this judge decided this case and liability before we walked up those stairs. I didn't have a shot. So right now we're sitting here doing a whole dance, and the only thing they want are facts that are bad for Trump. That's why he's silencing him.
You know, it's pretty incredible, Mihek, Cheryl, the fact that Trump is now facing this unconstitutional gag order, but Letitia James can say whatever she wants, Cheryl. Yeah, she says Trump rambled. The judge yesterday says, I'm not here to hear from him. You know, they can say whatever they want, but Trump, he can't say a word. He's got a gag order.
Well, Letitia James goes to the microphone every day after court ends. And what thing is, I'll let Mihek talk about the legal side of the case, but on the business side of the case, and this is why it looks like a politically motivated trial in a case, is because both Don Jr. and Eric were on the stand last week. Ivanka testifies tomorrow, and they said, look, this is about accounting. You're saying that we inflated the value of the business, inflated the value of the buildings, etc. Well, look, we hired accountants. That is not our job. We are not accountants. They are the accountants. So there's a strong business defense that's being overshadowed by the fact that it is the former president, and this is Letitia James. And again, it does appear like this is very politically motivated, and she, I think, is enjoying her time in the spotlight right now, Maria.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Mihek? How do you see it?
I absolutely agree. This is unprecedented election interference by our leading candidate in the GOP. And look, the judge has showed the American people who he is. He has specifically told President Donald Trump he doesn't want to hear from him. When you are gagging the defense and the defendant's attorney, what case do we have here? And then you have the AG who wanted her trophy defendant. Since 2018, she has been going after former President Donald Trump. This is a charade. We're not going to see a fair trial in New York. And if anything, the justice system continues to be weaponized against the American people. And guess what? At the end of the day, Donald Trump is going to continue to surge in polls because the American people are done with the charades. We're done with being lied to. We're done with weaponization, and we're done with the corrupt justice system in New York.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's why Trump keeps surging in the polls, because people are just looking at all of this and saying it's him today, it could be me tomorrow. This justice system is politicized. That's why President Trump is leading in 5 critical states as voters blast Biden. This is the Times Siena poll that Trump is leading in those swing states. Cheryl, Biden won all those states in 2020.
Let's list them for our viewers, Maria. And if you look at a matchup between former President Trump and current President Biden, when it comes to Nevada, +10 for Trump over Biden, Georgia +6, Arizona +5, Michigan +5, Pennsylvania +4. The only state that Biden in this poll is holding on to right now is Wisconsin by 2 points. That's a very slim margin for a sitting president who, as we have talked about repeatedly on this program, is sliding in the polls. His approval levels are just in the toilet. I know what to say, how better phrase for that. I'm sorry, I know it's early, but because people are looking at the economy and looking at their financial situation, kitchen table issues, and they are struggling, and Bidenomics is not working for them.